trash. Oh no. The trash truck. Oh, okay, I'm gonna be setting up my food while the trash truck is making his noise, because I'm just gonna get started. I'm hungry. I have a chicken salad from this is all from BJ's. It's BJ's restaurant in Montebello. I don't know where else they have BJ's at. I know they do have several chains, like it's a chain. So if you want to look it up, where it's at, what it looks like, what kind of food they have, go ahead and Google it, BJ's restaurant. And it's also known for the pizza too, but they have everything. And I am a little upset, but I'll get into that right now. I have a honey mustard chicken salad, and I have honey mustard dressing, obviously. And shit, I should have asked them for another dressing, but y'all know I love my sauces. Like, I like everything saucy. Keep it saucy. So I'm gonna pour my honey mustard on top of my salad. Get the most I can out of it. And then let me take a bite because I'm fucking hungry. Okay, I'm upset because these are called avocado egg rolls. I get them all the time at that restaurant. Every time I go eat at that restaurant, I get these. And they look like shit today. Like, they literally look like shit today. And I'm so pissed off. I'm like, oh my God, avocado. These are my favorite things. Like, I'm going to share them with my family. Meaning you guys, my chunky monkeys. Like, this is like some of my favorite shit I love to eat right here. Is this salad and then my avocado egg rolls. I have some calamari. I have all my sauces right here. As you can see, I'll show you right here. I have all my sauces. I have ranch. I'm not going to toss these this time because I do not want to get anything on my... I guess this is the calamari dip sauce for the calamari. I have the dip for my avocado egg rolls. And I'm just pissed off because they're not even crunchy. Like, they're hella soggy. Let's see. Okay, this is the sauce that comes with the avocado egg rolls. And they're good, they're just not crunchy. And that's what I was excited about. That they were going to be crunchy, and they're not crunchy. But you know what? Fuck it. This sauce is like... It's like a honey teriyaki kind of sauce. And then I have some calamari, fried calamari. They just look like this. And oh, I'm gonna dip it in this one. I'm getting my sauces confused. And the calamari is cold. Oh, what the fuck? I was so excited. And then I have one, I got a sampler. I had like a bunch of things in it. Calamari. This is a mozzarella stick. Is this the same sauce? That's a different sauce. Oh my God. They must have known I was chunky, but they must have not known I was chunky because why they do me like that? Okay. This right here, let me try to see if I could get it for you. That right there is spinach dip with chips. And they have like spinach dip everywhere. Okay. Here's my salad. I have a spoon right here. I don't know for what, just in case I want to like eat this ranch like soup, I guess. I would. Who dares me? I'll do it for you guys. I'll do it for the mukbang. Okay, real quick before I start getting serious. Oh no, I can't. Woo! Woo! Ranch, I love you, but not that much. Okay, so let me see. Let me get in closer. Let me get in a little closer. Oh no, not like that. Now my butt's off the thing. Hold on, let me adjust myself. Okay, we in here. All right, I'm a little bit closer today just so he could be like really close to me. So, today's part 3. If you haven't seen part 1 or 2 yet, this is the avocado egg roll, and it just has avocado in it with some type of like sauce in it. Like sauce that binds it together. Very good, despite that they're not crunching. I just love avocado. Like, that's one of my favorite foods is avocado. I always really loved avocado, like my whole life, ever since I was young. I'm gonna try to grub on this first because it's already semi-cold. Like, it's warm, it's not hot, and I like my food hot. Because when it first got here, I opened it up, I served it, and I was just like, let's do it. Bam, turned the camera on, everything was ready. And it's like, I'm really thoroughly upset about that, but it was good. The flavors are there. So I'm gonna grub on this just so it doesn't get any colder, because I could work on that shit while I'm talking to you guys. While I get deep into the story. Yeah, I really love avocado. Like, anything with avocado, I really love. So, here's a fried calamari that I wish was crunchy, but it's not. This sauce is warm. So, if you haven't seen part 1 yet or part 2, go ahead and go watch that and then come back over here. I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere. Oh my god. Oh my god. Don't tell me they give me a whole ass octopus. Oh my god. Look at this shit. It's an actual octopus. Okay. I don't know if it's supposed to look like that, but okay. So this is the calamari. That kind of freaked me out. That really did freak me out. So, what was I gonna say? So, if I haven't seen that yet, I never had the fried calamari before. I don't know if they put octopus in there, because I see octopus in there. But, I guess they do. Very strange. Oh my god, am I a dork? Do calamaris look like octopuses? No. They look like squid, don't they? Anyway, so I keep saying that. What the fuck? So leaving off where I was, I I moved out after I was living in the back house. From living in the back house with my aunt and uncle, I obviously made up with my uncle. And I mean, I was older. I understood. Like, I knew in the back of the head, in back of my head, like, I'm never that type of person. I'm never that type of person to be like, oh my God, like, why is he treating me like that? Or why, like, oblivious, you know? I know why. I'm not stupid, and I'm not gonna lie to myself. Like, you know, I knew that he was upset about the way I was going in life. So oh shit. So we made up, you know, but then I was still like, look, even if everything was all good, I'm still gonna move out because I have 2 kids and I'm not gonna be living in a back house. Here's where the story begins. This is what I went through when I moved out, and I've learned my lesson. It was a horrible thing to go through. So I moved to Uptown Whittier and I moved into these apartments. When I first look at the apartments, I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. It's exclusive. The lady that was showing me around, you know, she seemed like a really educated woman. She was, you know, a white woman. And, you know, she was using all these big words. And, oh, it's exclusive in here. It's all gated. You know, it has a pool. It has a laundry room. You could have pets here. And that's what I really liked because I wanted to get my kids a pet. Like, I really wanted my kids to have a cat and a dog. Like, that's what I wanted. You know, my little house, my cat, my dog, you know, gated, safe, comfortable. There's a pool there. It seemed really legit. When I looked inside the place, it was really big too. I loved it. Big living room, big kitchen, dining room. Let me pour myself some. Why didn't I pour myself this before I started? I don't know. Just oh, that noise. The best part of wake. Oh no, that's coffee. I was gonna say, it's Diet Coke in your cup. That's me. Wait, let me pose like this, like take a picture for my thumbnail. But so I was like, okay, you know, seemed legit. When I looked in the house, it looked good, you know. It wasn't like up to date. It wasn't like exclusive like that, but it was clean. Everything was fixed. New carpet. And then I had 2 restrooms. Oh shit. I had 2 restrooms, and that's what I really liked too. I had 2 restrooms. The restrooms were really big. The rooms were really big. It had a walk-in closet. Everything I wanted. So I was like, okay, cool. The only thing about it, the only con about it was that it was upstairs. So I was like, sign me up, you know. Oh, and I got it too because the fucking rent was, I think it was only like $1,000, and for all of that. And then they were like, oh, we're having a move-in special, no down payment. And I was like, that's when I knew it was like, you should have known that it was too good to be true. Like, no down payment, only $1,000 a month, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, just too perfect. Signed the lease, signed the contract, you know, move me in. It all went really fast. Bam. The contract went through. Go ahead, move in. you ready? I'm out of there. I'm out of my parents' house. I have my own apartment. It's big. I start decorating it. About, I'm not even gonna say about a week later. I'm gonna say like the first night I moved in there, my mom had the kids because me and my man spent the night, so that the next day we could start unboxing boxes, start getting stuff ready for the kids to come home, turn on the lights, turn on the gas, just typical things you do when you first move in. The second night, I wake up with all these bumps all over my arms, all over my body. And I'm like, oh my God. I was really excited. So I was like, you know what? I just kind of ignored it. And I thought maybe it was like bites from moving. Because when I moved back to my parents' house, I had stuff from my old apartment that I kept in my brother's garage. And my brother had a lot of spiders where he lived. Like black widow spiders. Like, he had a garden. And, so I thought, oh fuck, I got bit by some spiders. So I ignored it and I was like, okay, whatever. The next day, we're done. We spent the whole day cleaning, the whole day setting up stuff, the tables, the chairs, the lights were on. The kids come home. Now my kids are bitten up. And I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? My daughter had bites. The baby had bites all over her like a rash. And I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? So then I'm getting concerned. I'm like, is it the couch? Because we kept the couch in his garage. So we get the couch, we clean it out. We find nothing in it. We steam clean it. We do everything we can to clean the couch, whatever we had in the garage. Because at this point, we're not knowing where this is coming from. 2 weeks go by. And, the bites are still occurring. I'm getting itchy. I'm feeling itchy, like, in the night. Like, just very uncomfortable. So, I'm like, you know what? I have to report this to, like, the office because I don't know what's going on. So, I reported to the office and I told them, and, like, they start making excuses. It could be your laundry. It could be your detergent. What kind of detergent are you using? They start making excuses. And I'm like, no, like, we've never had this before. And at night, like, if I feel like something's biting me at night, like, I feel like I don't know what's going on. So she's like, oh, we're gonna have an exterminator go in and see what's going on. So as that, it was like such a coincidence because I'm thinking that one of the neighbors, was listening in on me complaining. And as I'm walking back to my apartment, this complex had a lot of apartments. And I was just like, you know what? Like, walking back. And as I'm walking back, one of the neighbors comes behind me. And she's like, hey. She's like, bed bugs. That's what she tells me. Like, and at first I thought this lady was crazy. Because she seemed a little out there. And she's like, bed bugs. And I'm like, what? And she's like, there's bed bugs in these apartments. Like, we have bed bugs. And yeah, it's unfortunate that they would move you in there with kids. Like, it's so fucked up. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? And she's like, I'm like, what are bed bugs? I haven't seen anything. I'm like, I don't know because I haven't seen anything. She's like, you don't see them. Like, you can't see them. They come out at night. to this point, I never knew what bed bugs were. I didn't even think that bed bugs was real. Like, if anybody knows about bed bugs, like, now that I know about them, it is so fucking disgusting. Like, bed bugs are so fucking disgusting. Look it up, Google it. They're disgusting. But so I'm like, oh my God. So she goes, look, let me have you talk to another neighbor and tell you about it and tell you what they are. So I'm like, okay, I guess, you know. So he takes me by the hand, and she walks me over to like on the other side of the apartments into this hallway, and she knocks on this neighbor door. She's like, hey, can I come in? And I was like, yeah. Tell her how there's bed bugs here, and they fucking moved her in here. That is so fucked up. She was like, yeah, mija, like, these are bed bugs. They come out, like, I go, I haven't seen anything. We looked, we searched, we haven't seen anything. She goes, you're not going to be able to see them. Like, they come out, they're like little vampires. They're tiny, they're very, very tiny. And they suck your blood, like, they suck your blood at night while you're sleeping. You guys don't even know how my world crumbled. Like, I was like, oh my God. She's like, you know, they're in your furniture, like, they're in the walls, like, they're in your carpet, like, they're in the corners of your carpets. Like, she was like just schooling me on what bed bugs are. When I went back in the apartment, I was just so fucking devastated. Like, I was so devastated. Like, how the fuck could this happen? Like, how can this happen? And she was even telling me, like, you're not, if you move, like, I already signed a contract. So I was like, oh my God, like, what the fuck do I do? And and she told me, like, you're not going to be able to, like, if you move, don't take your furniture. Like, that's it. Your furniture is done. I was so fucking devastated because my couch was, oh my God, my couch. Like, I love that couch so much. I was devastated. So I was stressing, thinking about what to do. Like, what am I going to do? So that neighbor, the lady that I ran into that told me about this, she's like, she comes knocking at my door and she's like, hey, like, what are you going to do? At this point, it was already too late for me to break the lease. So basically now I was stuck there and I had to figure out how I was going to get out of there or what I was going to do. And the neighbor comes to me and she's like, hey, like, we have a lawsuit going on. We have a lawsuit going on. It's fucked up what they did to your family. It's fucked up that your children are all bit up. It's fucked up that you're all bit up. Now your furniture is ruined. Once you have bed bugs, you cannot take your furniture. Like, your furniture has them. And there's, like, basically there's no getting rid of them. Like, the only way you could get rid of them is that you have to do, like, a steam treatment to your whole house. Like, a heat treatment. Where they put in, like, a heater in your apartment. And they have to heat it up to a certain level to kill the bed bugs. I'm like, oh my God, I kept my apartment so clean. I was just, like, so disgusted. Like, I was just basically stuck in this apartment being bitten all night in my clothes. You know, I really couldn't have people over because I felt so embarrassed. People would come over and get bit. I was worried about people taking them back to their house. That's horrible. It's horrible. And to top it off, we had roaches too. Roaches started popping out. And I'm just like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? Not only that. This was a month into living there where where things started to dawn on me. The second month living there, things started just breaking. Like, things just, like, literally just, like, if they were put together with fucking glue and shit. Like, they just put everything together, like, as if they just wanted it to look good. Like, for sure. So then, I'm gonna eat my last one and put this to the side. So then, I started to have to, like, buy things. I got in contact with the lawyer. It looks so bad on them, as the fact that they knew that the house had bed bugs, had roaches, and was still being rented out, and still moved me in there with children. So the lawyers came to talk to me. I jumped on board on the lawsuit. I was like, look, I just want compensation for my furniture. And compensation for, I had to always constantly be drying my clothes. I had to constantly always be putting my clothes in the dryer because I couldn't put my clothes on without being itchy. Like, I couldn't do, like, I would always feel itchy in my clothes, and it was so uncomfortable. So the lawyers were giving me tips and tricks on how to, like, deal with the situation. Like, we would have to put rub lemon on our body before we'd go to sleep, just so we wouldn't get bit. It was horrible. It was a horrible experience. I think that's where I gained a lot of weight at, because I was so stressed out. And me, I'm like a stress eater. Like, I eat when I'm happy, I eat when I'm stressed. Like, I just eat all the time. Like, I mean, but when I'm extra stressed, I just, like, to help me feel better, I eat, and it helps me feel better for some reason. It's like my medication. But I was just so sad. It got to the point where I had to live there halfway through going through the lawsuit. I had to spend the last couple of weeks, I had to rent somewhere else. So I was like, if I'm gonna stay somewhere, I had to stay at my mom's, had to rent somewhere else, had to stay in hotels. I was like, Mommy, why did I even ever leave? It was something to go through, but it was a life lesson. And then, I was, finally the lawsuit was picking up, and I was like, okay, you know, I had to go through mediations and all that stuff. We called the help. We called the who do we call on them? We kept having to call the, what are they called? The health inspectors? I think they're called health inspectors. We had, because we couldn't prove that there was bed bugs, because we kept trying to get out of our contract. We couldn't get out of our contract unless the apartment was deemed inhabitable. And we kept trying to call the health department and have them come and see, but they couldn't find anything because they would come in the day and bed bugs don't come out in the day. So it was convenient. Like, hey, there's nothing here. We don't see nothing. We're inspecting. There's nothing. So, and they couldn't just go off the bites we had because we could get bit from anywhere. You can't detect what bites are from what. You know what I mean? And because of their feces and because of the, this is sick to talk about while I'm eating, but I don't give a fuck. I mean, this is real. This needs to get out there. No, just kidding. But like, really, like, just, you know, but because of the roaches also, my daughter was having respiratory problems. My baby, she was already born with lung problems. She was, in the hospital for a month because her lungs were underdeveloped, and she ended up in the hospital, and they were saying, my lawyers were saying, like, it's because of the issues going on. Like, the issues are occurring in her because of the roaches and because of the bed bugs. So that's a mouthful. This salad has cucumbers, tomatoes, corn, egg, lettuce, almonds, and chicken. I think that's it. And parsley, I think. But, anyways. So, my man had enough. He was like, we need to get the fuck out of here. We need to stop spending money. We're spending money that we don't fucking have on staying in places, and I don't want to end up staying with your mom again. Like, this is just too much. Like, we need to fucking find these motherfuckers. We need to pull back the carpets. We had somebody tell us, pull back the carpet and you'll find them. So my fucking man was like, he got so fucking angry. He pulled up the carpet, yanked it back, ripped it, and boom, sure enough, there was some under there in the corner. And he's like, call the health department, call them, I know where they are. When they come, we're going to show them where they are. The health department seen the roaches, but they've seen dead roaches, but they didn't see live ones. So we figured out where the live ones are, and we figured out where the bed bugs were. And because I kept my house so clean, the roaches weren't coming out as much because I threw everything away all the time. Like, as soon as we had a little piece of trash, I'll go throw it down to the trash. Like, I had my house so clean, I didn't want it dirty because I figured, like, everything would get worse. Like, even if I had, like, a little... I was clean. I was a clean freak. It was exhausting. So, finally, the health inspectors came, and he pulled back the carpet. He's like, look, here they are. Like, can we get out of here now? So the health department finally said, look, you know, you can't get out just yet. We have to do one more treatment, because they had been treating it. And they get, I guess, like 3 times to treat something or whatever, and nothing was happening. They were treating it, nothing was happening. They were treating it, nothing was happening. So this 3rd time, they're like, look, we're going to have them treat the apartment. If it doesn't help, if it still doesn't help and this is still going on, you guys, we'll get you out of your contract. So, long story short, they did the heat treatment and it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Let me tell you why it didn't work. Because they didn't treat the rest of the apartment. It's like a stupid. Oh my god, you gotta be stupid. And they didn't treat the guy on this side. They didn't treat the guy. They only treated our apartment. Obviously, yeah, they're gonna die in my apartment, but they're gonna come back because the other people have it and other people have it. Everything was breaking in the apartment too. Like the doors were coming off the hinges. Everything kept breaking. I was just like, man, I just got myself into a damn pickle. But it ended up being, you know, kind of a blessing because I won the lawsuit. I moved out of there and we got our contract. It actually took so long. Like, we only got out of our contract like 1 day before the contract was up. But so we moved out. I stayed at my mom's for a while, and I told my mom, like, can you please help me? Because I didn't, and this is why I fucked up, because I wanted to do everything on my own. I found my own apartment. I went to go look for it. I did everything. And this time I'm like, look, I'm going to ask my aunt and my uncle for help because I don't want this to happen to me again. It was a horrible experience. It was a long, horrible experience. And, you know, yeah, I won my lawsuit and I, you know, got compensated for everything I lost and everything I went through. I told my aunt and my uncle, like, can you please just help me get out of there? And they helped me. My aunt helped me find this place I'm in now, even though I'm having trouble here too, just with the neighbors. Like, they're so, come on, like, the neighbors are just so inconsiderate here. They don't tell their kids anything. Like, their kids are very, very fucking, like, my kids, when they go outside, I tell them, like, don't scream. Like, these motherfuckers are always screaming. They're always touching my shit. They, like, come and, like, kick the ball at my door. Like, just so inconsiderate. That's beside the point. I'm just happy that I'm in a house with no roaches and no fucking bed bugs, you know? But, did I just, like, talk and not eat that much? Usually I'd be done by now. But, so my aunt helped me find this place. I was able to get in this place. But I had nothing. That's the thing. I had nothing. I didn't get my money yet then. But my aunt and my uncle helped me get in a place. They helped me with the deposit. And I was able to pay them back when I got compensated for my lawsuit. So, I was happy that, like, I got help, and my family donated, like, whatever they could to me. My aunt, she gave me some of her old couches that she was throwing out, and I was so happy for that. So people donated me. Slowly but surely, my house started coming together. It wasn't what I wanted. Like, it wasn't, like, what I envisioned, but I was happy to be out of there. I was happy to be in a, you know, clean place, and I was happy that I even had furniture, you know, that was donated to me. I was sad that my couch, my beautiful big sectional, this is a sectional here, but I had, like, a bigger sectional. It was huge, and it must have cost, like, it cost a lot. Just let me tell you that. But I was sad that I had to leave it there. I had to throw all my furniture away, all my furniture. I literally had nothing. It was like basically starting all over again when I moved out of there and I moved, you know, to this place. I basically had nothing. And when I was finally compensated, I was able to buy this couch, and I was able to buy, you know, the furniture I have in here today. But yeah, that's pretty much my story. That's pretty much that story of, you know, my apartment that I was in. And this apartment now, now I'm just experiencing having problems with neighbors. That's the thing I'm experiencing now, and that's the thing I'm like, you know, I just want to save up, and I want to really save up and get a house. I don't care how the house looks. Like, I honestly don't even care if it's a 1-bedroom, and like, I just want it to be mine, my own, and I don't want to have to live so closely to somebody else, because my neighbors are so close to me. I could literally hear them taking a shit. Like, I could literally hear them fart and burp and everything, and it's just like so, it's so irritating sometimes. But literally, like, my door is like right there. Like, right when I open my door, I see these people. Like, I can't even open my door. But I mean, I'm of course grateful, but I think that's just the one thing that I'm working on, and I'm at the level right now where I've been living on my own for a while, and now I'm trying to get higher. You know, I went from living to a trailer, to a house, back to a tiny little home. Now, you know, this apartment, and going through all of that. Those are the things that, I guess the life lesson here is, if you haven't lived on your own yet, and when you start to live on your own, you're gonna go through things. Just be prepared for neighbors, rude neighbors. Be prepared for whatever there is. But just know that if you stand strong and you stand up for yourself, and you don't let nobody get over on you, you will be good. You stand strong. You take it as a life lesson, and you move on, and you be stronger from it. But I have a part 4 that I'm going to be doing about the neighbors, and there was rude neighbors right by me that lived right by me. There was, I don't know if I was going to do it as a story time on my other channel, but I'm going to do it as a mukbang. I'm full. I seriously am full today. I don't know. I think it's because I ate breakfast, because usually when I do mukbangs, I don't really eat all day, and I'll eat my whole meal in that one sitting. But yeah, this salad is so good. Let me take one more bite. But I'm gonna be doing my next mukbang. I'm having breathing problems because I was getting sick yesterday. I thought for sure I was gonna wake up and be like really sick today, because last night my nose wouldn't stop running, my eyes wouldn't stop running, my throat hurt and all that. But I felt okay today. I'm just like, I feel like I have like something in the back of my nose, but hopefully I'm not sick. And what else do I have to tell you guys? My next one, I'm gonna be telling you guys how I have some crazy ass neighbors. That's a crazy ass story too. But I love you guys. Stay chunky, because chunky is beautiful.